Hey YouTube, it's Rarity-O, and I'm back again with another Tech Card Tuesday, brought to you exclusively through Geek. Up for this week's discussion is Fragrance Storm. Now, as many of you should know, hopefully all of you know, the new format starts tomorrow. So, what's going to happen? No one knows yet. No one knows what the best decks are going to be. However, I have been trying to pay attention to what a lot of people are talking about, what they think they're going to be building, because there's a lot of things that could potentially be pretty good right now. I've heard, okay, so let's say Necros, Burning Abyss. I've heard some people still say Cliff Forts are still strong. I don't believe that, but I don't know. Anyway, Ritual Beast, Sylvans, Fire Fist, just all kinds of things, like almost any deck. Satellars are going to be pretty good. But just all kinds of different decks. I'm going to try to bring back Chaos Dragons as well. I think pretty much since Vanity's Emptiness is at 1, a lot of decks can now thrive. That's all there is to it. Like I had a pretty decent Chaos Dragon deck, but once everyone started maining Vanity's Emptiness, that deck just went straight down. And especially now, we got double Charge of the Light Brigade. So Infernoids could also be good too, because of Charge. Although they did lose Blaster and things, but there's just a lot that could be potentially good. So I wanted to choose one deck that I've heard a lot of people talking about wanting to play with getting new support and or not kind of support, not like direct. It's indirect support, but Sylvans. And also, like I was saying, with Vanity's gone, that definitely helps the deck a lot. Sylvans, I've always really loved that deck. I still have all the original cards from when they came out. I'm not saying like they're old or anything, but when they came out, I got them, and then I still have them. I don't have the shitty reprints or anything like that. And I still have, I think I have the entire extra deck as well too, just kind of sitting in my binder, not doing anything. But I've been working on 2 different variants of the deck lately. I don't more so been like theorizing, haven't really been playtesting too much. Just trying to figure out how I would like the deck to be built first, and then I need to pick up a few cards. I think still have most of it, like I said, but if this deck does become pretty relevant, Fragrance Storm is an awesome card that not a lot of people know about, actually. The card's text reads that you can target one plant on the field, destroy it, and if you do, draw a card. And then if that card you draw is a plant-type monster, you can reveal it and draw again. Now keep in mind it says you can reveal as an optional to reveal. Even if you draw a plant, it is still optional to reveal. You don't have to let your opponent know what you drew. So what's really cool about this card is it just says destroy one plant on the field. It doesn't say a plant you control. It doesn't say on your side of the field. It doesn't say anything like that. It just says destroy a plant monster. It's pretty rad. So first of all, I have been trying to play this in the deck, in this Sylvan deck, with like new cards like Rose Lover. Maybe potentially you could normal summon her. Use Fragrance Storm to destroy her, getting her in the graveyard where you want her to be, and then potentially draw 2 cards, and at least draw 1 card. And then if you have a Sage Koya or Hermitry, you can banish the Rose Lover and special summon. So it definitely seems like a possible play there, but really good against Sylvans. That's going to be the main thing that I'm going to talk about. Now, of course, if you're playing a different deck that isn't a plant deck, you're not going to be drawing a plant monster probably 99.9999% of the time, but that's fine. If you think about it, if you're playing Sylvans and you have this card, it basically says destroy one of your opponent's monsters and draw a card. Seems like pretty good to me. I don't know. Especially, I did want to bring up if you special summon a monster with Rose Lover, that plant is unaffected by your opponent's trap cards. I'm pretty sure it just says your opponent's, and they can bring down a 27-2800 beater, and that could definitely be a problem. Especially depending on your deck. If you're playing something like right now I'm playing Ritual Beast, and it just, my main source of monster removal is my trap cards. You know, we run steeds obviously, and then things like Mirror Force and stuff like that. That's how we get rid of your opponent's monsters. But if they just drop a trap immune tree down on the field, I'm pretty screwed. But you know, unless I have Raigeki, or if we fast forward into the future and the new set comes out and we can summon Ulti Calipaleo or whatever his name is, that's like 33 or 3200 or something like that. We get that guy, we'll be able to do it. But as of right now, and with other decks too, just anything that has a difficult time getting over a beater without traps. You could say Burning Abyss, unless you summon Virgil. You know, obviously would be unless you have to go into like Acid Golem, that's not a very optimal play. And so even just doing that, it could potentially be just make your opponent waste resources. And then also if you back it up with any kind of defense, I think most Sylvan players don't really play any traps or anything like that. But if you did, for example, have like a Lance face down or something, which that's another card I think is going to be pretty good. I don't know. There's so much going on. I want to talk about all the cards, but we're focusing on Fragrant Storm today. But nonetheless, a trap immune tree is going to be a problem for quite a few decks, I think, especially if you drop down a Hermitry, because he can keep excavating, possibly drawing, and your opponent could just gain so much advantage if you can't get that thing off the field. There's just, I don't know. There's like I said, right now I'm trying to think. I just got off work, so I am tired, and I am sorry, but I think like Raigeki, because like now we lost Snatch Steal. We don't have too many spells. We might see like a return of enemy controller and maybe Burning Abyss. Maybe some other decks. I don't know. I mean, that card's pretty good, but I don't know. I mean, there's not really a lot of ways to get around it without having a beater, or if you have monster effects, obviously that'll work too. But like I don't know. I'm just trying to think of trap decks. Primarily, this would be, I guess, the hardest probably for Ritual Beast, is my guess, out of all the decks that are potentially going to be relevant. Mermails is another one, but that would have no problem getting over Hermitry without traps. But anyway, whether you can get over it or not, if you had a card that said, destroy your opponent's monster and draw a card, I think you would play it, because that's kind of good. It's kind of really good. It's like a Raigeki break, but you don't discard a card, you draw a card. Pretty stupid. And again, if you are playing Sylvans, you definitely need to be siding. If you're not maining any, I would probably end up siding 3, because you can just always destroy one of your opponent's monsters and potentially draw 2 cards. Stupid good. I don't know exactly if it deserves a spot in the main. Maybe, depends on your build, depends on if you want to get Rose Lover into the graveyard, or how different ways you have it. Because other than that, I think there's just pretty much, unless you want to play traps. I've seen some Sylvan players play traps. You could play like a discard outlet like Phoenix Wing Wind Blast or something like that. But other than that, like the primary and obviously the best way is with Mount Sylvania. But I mean, you can't always have Mount Sylvania. So I'm thinking, I don't know, this is a theory of mine. You might want to main deck Fragrant Storm if you're playing Sylvans. Definitely try it out. Don't call me out on it. Like I said, the best use, no doubt, is against a Sylvan player. So keep that in mind. I do think the deck has a lot of potential, though. And I think I'll be going to a regional this Saturday, so this is gonna be in my sideboard, as well as with some other things. Like I said, I don't know what's gonna be out there. I really don't know what I'm gonna have to play against this weekend. It's gonna be one of the craziest regionals I'm probably gonna have ever been to. So I'm really excited for it, though. I'm really excited to see what's going to happen. But let me know what you all think about this card, because I think it's really cool. If you can pick it up, I don't know if it has the chance of going up at all. It just depends on if there's a big Sylvan uprise or not. But this card is only like 50 cents for Ultras. Like, I think it also comes in common. Pick up the Ultras. I think it was a Legendary Collection reprint or something like that. Definitely get the Ultras. They look really, really good. It's a fairly newer card, so you're going to be able to get it in good condition, obviously. But let me, like I said, let me know in the comment section down below what you think about this card. I think it has a lot of potential use if Sylvans are awesome, which I think they have a pretty decent shot, like everything else does right now. But as always, do remember to like, comment, and subscribe, both to my personal channel and the Geek channel. This has been Yugioh. Peace out.